Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's the Chika?
Yes, how exciting.
So exciting.
What's the Chika, guys?
Yeah,
How's
what
your
is
week?
the Chika?
What have you guys been up to? I've had a very busy week, to be fair.
What have you been doing?
Well, I had the wedding on Saturday,
Oh
and
yeah.
then I had a Halloween party with the fam.
Oh
nice.
And we took Mikey to a pumpkin thing.
Oh, very autumnal.
Wouldn't do it again, do not
Why?
recommend. It's just like a bit of a shit show. You're just walking around a wet field, and then you get to take a pumpkin home, and you have to pay like 75 quid to do that. Yeah. I was fuming. Yeah.
Well, you
Because
could
it's
just
like
get it right.
25 per person.
Including
There's probably
Mikey.
nicer ones. Maybe it's because the weather wasn't great.
Oh, fine. Was it
But
too like
it
it was
was like
raining and windy?
horrendous.
I feel like you go for the aesthetic, for like the
Yeah.
family pictures.
For the
I know.
gram,
I
yeah.
was like, this is just literally for the gram, and that's why I was annoyed. Because I'd rather have a really nice, wholesome time and not have a picture for the gram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
And you
like
can
it
do it
though?
at home.
I mean, he did. But he didn't because, like, I don't know. It's just. I think we just needed the weather to be better because we were only in there for 20 minutes.
Like everyone knows about the Philippines now.
What does it mean to be Filipino British?
British Filipinos, fresh Filipinos.
Oh my god, yeah.
The Fobs, I was
Yeah.
aware that we have to have those two different identities.
3, 2, 1, action.
Just want to have like open chats that are just like naked.
My name is Jem.
I'm Amir.
Pumpkin patch, wedding. How was the wedding?
Yeah, it was good. Really nice, actually.
Whose wedding was it?
They were called Eliza and Nico. It was
Oh,
a Polish and
nice.
Filipino wedding.
Oh,
lovely.
cute.
Yeah, it was so cute. Like the
looked really good.
Polish family, they were just so patriotic and cute and supportive. It was lovely. Like they'd just go into song all of a sudden and like be like singing for them, and it was lovely. Really nice.
Cute. Is this for your business?
Yeah,
Milestone. Shout out Milestone.
Shout out Milestone Events Company.
What did you do, Jem, this week?
What did I do? What have I done? I made dinner for you. For you.
Yeah, that was
and
lovely.
John to celebrate Janine and John both getting new jobs. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah.
Oh,
John and Janine both got new jobs, so I made them dinner.
oh, congrats.
Thank you.
So
It
it's
was
been
delicious.
Oh, what did you make?
Like harissa chicken.
It was like healthy.
I'm
It
on-
looked healthy. I actually saw
I'm
it on
on like a
socials.
wellness kick.
I need a bit of that. You need to.
That's why I got that. Like, I bought this drink and it was like, what is it?
I
Like
saw it,
healing water.
I need a bit of that.
Speaking of health kick, I think this week we're not doing tequila. I
No.
brought green tea.
On
Yeah.
So just
The
on the
matcha.
table, help yourselves.
lovely.
What did I do? It's been so busy at work. It was too much. It's a bit boring. So it's a lot of like work stuff. We're doing a finale for the show that I'm doing at the moment, and we're just prepping it for next week.
Oh my
So it's
God.
just been
Nice.
like
What's
busy,
the
busy.
show?
I can't say much,
Oh,
but it
okay.
is for
Oh.
Sky,
Oh.
and it's a Christmas special with a magician.
Oh, is it like a well-known magician?
Yeah.
Oh, I know who it is.
I feel like I know.
But
I know
yeah,
who it
it'll
is.
come out in December, so it's just been really busy doing that. And sorting that out.
Cool.
So this
Fun.
week, what are we doing?
So we basically were finding it hard to figure out what topic we were going to do
Yes.
first. So we asked all of our followers, our lovely followers,
Our fans.
all of our fans, all of our cousins that follow us.
Literally, our partners.
Sorry, who's this?
Yes. What did we ask? We asked
So
what are the best and worst traits about being Filipino?
Filipino, yes.
Yeah.
Ooh, interesting.
So should
It's
we just
juicy,
go-
isn't it?
It is very
there was
juicy.
like a lot that came up that were the same.
Yeah, everyone was saying the same thing.
It was kind of
So
sad too,
interesting.
actually, wasn't it? Also?
Yeah, it is. But it's the reality,
But
which is good
yeah.
because I think we need to talk about it.
Oh, 100%.
So, what do you think we should talk about in terms of what they submitted?
I think like one of the main
can just go
ones
one by
that
one.
really pop up in my mind is the crab mentality.
Yeah, crab mentality came up
Right.
so much.
Everyone, yes, I remember people saying crab mentality. And for the people that don't know what crab mentality is, do you guys want to talk about what it is.
So it's basically like the pulling down of others around you, isn't it?
Exactly.
Why is that a crab?
So basically, if you put crabs in a timbat,
Yeah.
and they're all in there,
Okay.
what they do is grab each other down
To try
instead
and
of helping each other out of.
Oh
the
my gosh,
basin.
that makes sense.
Oh my
So-
god, I didn't know that they did that.
Yeah, they grab each other down with their claws.
That's sad.
That's
So,
really sad.
As a
Why do they do
society, we
that?
do that, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Like there was so many that came out of crab mentality, and then like just any kind of toxicity, parents and like comparing and stuff like that.
For you, what do you think, any one of you, what do you think is like the most you've experienced in terms of toxicity?
I feel like competition,
Oh, my
Oh,
God,
really?
yeah.
but like in so many different aspects, like competitions between your parents, like as in your parents and their friends making a competition between their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like competition between like just friends and just family, and then even like children, and
Right.
it's just with
Yeah.
everything, right?
Everyone's in competition with each other.
It's always when someone is successful, instead of pushing them up, it's
Yeah.
like, we'll grab you down.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's quite sad because I think with this podcast, we want to do the opposite, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like breaking a chain, isn't it?
Exactly. There was one that I didn't see, but I feel like it's not super a toxic trait. I'd say it's just something that as a society, we don't talk about much, but it does affect us, and it's colorism.
Oh my god,
Oh
I have
my
such strong
gosh.
opinions on
Always
this.
like mums or aunties, it's like, oh, mitim ka na naman,
Oh
or
my
I'm
god.
surprised no
I
one
get
brought
that
that
No one-
up.
right?
all the time.
Same.
I get it all the time. And it annoys. Oh my god, I have
You,
I have so
you've
much
had-
to say
yeah.
about this.
Go on.
I don't even know where to begin because it just goes into like every time I start talking about this, I go into like this deep dive into like Filipino beauty standards and like I don't know if that's a topic for another time, but about the colorism thing. So I feel like everyone who is Filipino knows, but for everyone who doesn't, basically like in the Philippines, it's kind of like a symbol of status that if you are paler, you're more sort of upper class. And
Yeah.
I think it stems from what I've been told, it stems from the fact that like if you're darker, you're seen as like lower class because you're usually working outdoors, like in like
Like a labor worker.
jobs.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Magsasaka, fisherman, always under the sun.
yeah. So like you're
Yeah.
always under the sun, so you're like lower class if you're
Yeah.
darker, which is horrendous because like
Yeah.
oh,
And the
it makes
whitening
me so
products
angry.
right in
Oh
the
my
Philippines
God.
is
Products
mad.
Yeah.
Everything has whitening in it.
Literally.
everything.
You can get
And I
drips
don't want it.
of glutathione.
Yeah.
Everyone
Which is
gives them to me.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know why, because I think your colour's beautiful.
Yeah,
you.
I
I
think
love
we should
it.
embrace the kayumangi color. Like
1,000%.
What's kayumangi?
kayumangi is brown.
Okay.
So like when people are like, oh, we're
Us.
kayumangi, we're like brown.
It's us.
Oh.
And yeah, I don't know if the standard was since the American or the Spaniards came over, I feel. But because I think maybe the Spaniards, when they came over, the classism there of if you're a worker, and then the mestizos, which is the lighter skin ones, are always the rich ones. But we've kind of kept that on, and it's sad because whenever I see aunties in the Philippines, it's like, oh, it's like you're not been abroad, you're like darker. And here it's the opposite. It's like you want to be tan.
Yeah.
Because then you look like you've been on holiday and you have that
Yeah.
money to go on holiday.
Yeah. When I tell like my cousins in the Philippines that like people actually get fake tan abroad, they're like, what?
Yeah. It's so mad.
Because like they want the complete opposite. They can't understand why anyone would want to be tan, and it's so
Yeah.
sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Because like people want to be so pale to a point where you look like you don't have any blood in your body.
I think everyone should just embrace the colour that they are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Especially if you're moreno.
Yeah.
morena.
Yeah. I think
'Cause
it's
even-
beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Here, our colour is beautiful. Like people love
Yeah.
it.
It's embraced.
It's
I
fully
bloody
embraced.
love getting a
Yeah.
tan.
Same.
Although, not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of people hit a point where they just stop tanning. I actually do not. Like, I will tan until I look like a completely different person. So sometimes I get to
and so quick as well. You
so
tan.
quick.
quick.
So sometimes on holiday it gets to a point where I have to be like, I have to stop. Otherwise, like, I won't look like myself. None of
Yeah.
my makeup matches me anymore. And that's within like a couple of hours. Like, I literally have to stay out. I'm like, oh my God, I've tanned
Yeah.
like 10 shades in 20 minutes.
And then like 2 weeks later, you're glowing. There's such a glow that comes with it.
We were in Spain, and like we were out tanning. After an hour she had a tan. I had to literally not put any sun lotion on
Yeah, which was
to just
terrible.
because I was dying for a tan. I just really wanted, because my skin, I don't know why, it just doesn't tan. And then I ended up getting burnt.
Oh no.
But then it doesn't really go into a tan either. And I was just like, oh, I wish I tanned as nice and quickly as Jem did.
Lucky.
I think another one as well is like from the same kind of stem or the same root is weight.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
yeah.
Body shaming
Body
is
shaming, I get
mad.
that a lot, man. It's always the titas, you know.
Yeah.
Tumaba ka na naman. And it's like, but I thought if you're bigger in the Philippines, you're healthier because you've got the money.
The weight shaming is really bad because, like, obviously here you would never have someone come up to you and be like, "You've gained weight." Like,
No.
it's unheard of. Whereas in the Philippines,
it would be
It's
so
a sensitive
rude.
subject.
Yeah.
Like, if someone said that to you here, that wasn't Filipino, because you kind of expect it of Filipinos. If they weren't, you'd be like, what the fuck? I think that's just what Filipinos are like, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but we like to feed though. Like that's such a big
Yes.
thing. As soon
Yeah.
as there's like a food, like dinner, it's like a whole spread.
yeah.
It's like, what do you really want? Do you want us to like get
Tell
weight
us,
or like
what do you want from me?
exactly?
That came up as like one of the best traits as well. Is like the whole
Hospitality.
hospitability. I thought it was hospitality, but loads of people say
Oh.
hospitable.
Hospitable,
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
A hospitable trait. Yeah,
Yes.
Hospitability.
Yeah, like they'll
Hospitable.
literally like Filipino titas will be like, "You've gained weight, but have
eat
10
more."
plates of food, otherwise I will
Yeah.
get offended." that
Oh,
you're
you're
not
coming for dinner?
That is-
Here's like 10 different dishes.
yeah.
That's so cool.
One other thing as well, which I experienced myself, not fully personally, but you know how our parents would work abroad. A lot of OFWs will go abroad and would fully, like I said on one of the episodes, send money back home. Sometimes like 100% of their salary will be sent to their families, whether it's their sisters, brothers, mum, dad, or whatever,
Yeah.
to support them. That has become a toxic trait in terms of then the families back at home expecting
Yeah.
money.
Or like it's just because they have this like ideation that like we have so much money because we're here, and they just don't realize that like we work really hard to make this money and
Yeah.
then bring it over there. And I think it depends, I guess, how you've grown up, but when I'm there, when I go out, I'm paying for everything, and I don't mind it, but because it's just the way my mum always was, so it was
Right.
expected of me. But it's just when it's not like, when you don't feel like it's appreciated, it's really like disheartening,
And
and
it's
it hurts.
expected. Yeah.
Yeah.
It does hurt.
But,
Because they see you as that. Or you
yeah.
think they see you as just an endless account.
Yeah, sometimes it's like, and it's like, I don't know. It's not, sometimes not even like the really close family to you. Like, like it's sometimes the people that you don't even really like talk to or anything that just turning up at your house. Like,
Yeah.
expect
No shame.
Like I had my exes. Oh, actually, I don't even know if I should say this.
Just say it. She said
the
naked.
Chika?
She just- no.
You said you wanted to be
Okay.
naked.
Exactly.
So like it was just so random, but like it was an ex's brother
Yeah.
turned up at my house. I haven't seen him for like 10 years
In
with his
Philippines.
2 kids. They were all my godchildren, I think. But they were like, they had their christening when me and him weren't even together anymore. It's a bit like, you know, I never went to a christening. We weren't even really that close. But anyway, he turned up at my house, obviously expecting like pamasko.
Wow.
Yeah, and then even
Aguinaldo.
yeah, and then even my ex, he actually messaged me, and he was like so kind of embarrassed about it. He was kind of like, he found out
bet.
his brother came to my house. Obviously, we're not even going out anymore, and I have a husband and kid now. But it was just so like it was just so, I don't know. It's just not anything I'd ever do, you know.
Yeah.
I would never.
Yeah, it was
It's
so.
embarrassing. Question though, so with all of this, obviously that is I think it's a generational thing. It's our parents' generation.
Yeah.
What do you think our generation, like, yes, we are first or second generation, what do you think we're gonna do with it? Like, as in, I know our parents were sending money. I don't think now our generation are sending money because our parents are here. But what do you think the change will be in terms of with sending money home?
I feel like a lot of people were saying as well when they were replying, I think it ties into this, that they feel like they have, like, are indebted to people that they're not even that close to.
Mm-hmm.
So obviously, like for example, some people who have like really grown up here or were born here and like don't go home that often, I don't know, but I feel like they probably wouldn't feel obligated
Right.
to
Yeah.
send it back because
Yeah.
they're like, I barely go there, I don't really know who, like my family there, etc. I don't know.
I think it really kind of depends. It's,
Yeah, it
it's a really
depends.
tricky. It's so hard, really, because it's like if say for example your parents are here and they're still sending money back, and then they go back when they eventually retire. It's not like you can just leave everyone stranded.
Right.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
I
yeah.
definitely would.
Isn't it?
I definitely will.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
When my parents, but I do
But
send
it's
to my
like
my
sad,
grandparents.
right?
Yeah. I think
As
it goes
well.
back to grandparents and
Yeah.
also your own parents.
Yeah.
But the like aunties and uncles and cousins, I don't think, for me.
What if
I
they
don't know,
message you?
so
Do you think
depends,
like
I
it's
think.
so like it's? I feel like you'd want to not, but then you probably would, isn't it?
You
If
would,
they're
yeah.
messaging
Yeah.
you, like
It depends. Do you have a close relationship with your cousins in
Yeah.
Philippines? You do.
yeah. Well, I have a brother and sister there
Right.
that my mum fully kind of supports.
Supports.
Still.
If you had like a cousin, let's say, that came to you and said, "Oh, I have a child who wants to go to college. Would you pay for their tuition fee to go college?"
It really depends.
I really feel like I probably would.
Yeah.
I
You
probably
would.
would.
So you do feel obligated, even though
Yeah.
you haven't been.
But I
actually
think if I
sending the
didn't
money.
know them, like, because I go to the Philippines every year and I
Oh.
like speak to my cousins even when I'm like here.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, in that case, I think I would. But I think because I know a lot of Filipinos who have been home like once in the last 15 years.
Yeah.
So I would kind of understand if you didn't, like, if you don't have any relationship
Yeah.
with them, then I get it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think like it came up once. Someone asked me, and then like John, I remember he turned around and he was just kind of like, because like we don't have a lot of money, and I was like, we obviously have to help. But then he also made a really good point where he was like, yeah, but you have to put your family first too,
It's very true.
Yeah.
and you can't like make them struggle trying to help others, and then you can't even help yourself. Do you know? It's just, how do you work that out? Because they
Yeah.
don't believe you either if you say I don't have it,
Yeah.
and then you
Yeah.
feel bad, and then like the
Yeah.
term kuripot.
Kuripot, yeah.
Oh
But I love that though. I
that's
so
me.
fully support kuripotness, you know.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's the worst when
Guilty.
you get called it, and it's like, I'm honestly not being kuripot. I just honestly don't even have it in my account.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Oh my god, and like, especially in the Philippines, people think that because I'm a doctor,
Yeah.
I am raking in the cash.
I guess for them though, your salary would be so
Yeah.
good, but
In
they don't
comparison,
realise, isn't it?
I get that.
here-
But no, I mean,
it's so hard.
yeah.
It's so hard. I think it's a really hard subject. I think it's very case by case
Yeah.
dependent
Very
too.
dep-
But it is really
Depends. That
sad.
doesn't make any sense what I just said. Very depends.
There was one that, in like extreme cases, is the whole, and I don't think it's just a Filipino thing, but just like strict parenthood or parenting.
yeah.
Sorry. Did you guys have strict parents?
Absolutely.
Did you have fully like proper strict?
Okay,
dad,
no.
mum?
So my parents were fairly strict up to when I was like late teens, but they also, I mean, how do I say this? As in, like, they were obviously strict. Like, they were like, no boyfriend till you're 18, that kind of thing. And they did let me go out, but there would be a curfew.
Are you the
So,
only
like,
child?
Yeah.
Oh.
Only child, and I'm a girl. Haha.
Do you think that affected you in a good way, or?
I think it so depends, because to me they were strict, but I think that's because I was comparing them obviously to like my friends who are not Filipino, their parents. But sometimes if I compare like my parents to some of like the other Filipino parents I know, who's sometimes like they won't like let their children go out.
Yeah.
Like my parents did always let me go out. I would just, when I was younger, I would have to come home a bit earlier, and then after I was like 18, they were like, do what you want.
You could do
Obviously
whatever,
come
yeah.
back, but like it's fine.
Yeah.
I do remember there was this one time, I think I was in secondary school, can't remember how old I was. There was like a party with like, cause I went to a girls' school, so there was a party with like the boys' school, and my dad initially was like, no. I wrote an 100-point list of reasons why he should let me go.
No.
That's so dramatic.
I love that though.
I think I got to like point 30 and he was like, do you know what, just go.
Did you have strict parents?
So kind of like my dad was strict in terms of boyfriends, but like sleeping over and stuff like that, he was okay with going out. Obviously, times coming home, and then my mum was way stricter. Like me and my mum really didn't get on when I was really young, but we're like really close now. And then when my dad moved, I just like rebelled, and then that's when I met like the Filipinos and started drinking
and rebelled even more.
Yeah. But yeah, there was definitely like when the strictness was there, I went to school all the time, and I was definitely way more better behaved for sure. But then once that kind of, when there was only one parent around, I just went mad.
You just went
Yeah. How about you?
My dad is very strict. Like he went to the army, and his way of discipline was very militant.
Oh, wow.
And I was the only child till I was 13, until I had my sister Angela. But when I was the only child, he was very strict, like to the point that when there's exams, for example, 2 weeks before exams, he won't let me out. Like I would be at home studying, no TV, very focused on just study.
Wow.
And what he'll do, he won't be at home, and then he'll come home and review whatever time it is. When I'm ready, I'll go straight to him. He'll have me stand up in front of him, and then he'll just literally go through and revise with me and ask me questions. If I had something wrong, he'll throw the book and just say, read again until like 2 a.m.
Whoa.
It was intense.
How did that make you feel?
Scared, obviously.
Yeah.
I hated studying.
Okay.
Because what I thought about studying was memorizing shit. So when I got to school, I liked to just talk instead of focusing. But if I had a better way of, like, better understanding of how studying should work, I think I'll thrive. But it was just, it was quite tough.
Wow.
But he's changed since he's had a few kids.
Okay.
I think it's always the panganay, like the eldest, that gets it all. But I don't know if that's a toxic trait. I think for me, it did help me with discipline. But what didn't help me is fear.
Right.
Because until I was like a bit older, I was still fearful. To the point that I can't even like talk about my sexuality. I can't even open up because he's so against it. So there was always that fear that was put into me. So that was quite toxic.
And what was it like with your mum?
My mum was just very much do as what your dad would say.
Right. Okay.
So whatever dad would say, she thought that parenting worked.
Okay.
But now it's changed. My mum's a bit like, why have you changed? Why are you more softer now? Like, there are parts of me that are thankful because of how I was brought up. But a lot of it, I guess, it's a lot of like trauma that I've had to deal with. But I'm okay now. But yeah.
Are there any like things that you would take from your parenting experience? No, from your parents' parenting to be for your
passed on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't speak.
Actually, I think you should answer this because you're the one with kids.
Oh,
What
I
do you
don't
thi-
know.
would
I feel
you?
like I'm still trying to figure it out. Like it's still such a young age where like I don't remember how I was parented at that age yet. But
Do you guys believe in balot, like as in like hitting the child or?
sometimes.
I mean, it's very easy for me to say with no kids.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, I wish this wasn't illegal here. But no, I mean, like,
getting naked.
sometimes it can be very frustrating where you just want to give him a little pinch.
Right.
But like not like a full on.
Yeah, just a bit.
I
discipline.
never myself experienced that, so I don't think but I've seen it in Philippines. I've seen a teacher
Oh my God, in the
ballot a
Philippines,
kid in the thing, and I was like, whoa.
Back in the day, like our parents' generation, they used to have like the teachers would have rulers and.
Even not that long
Hit
ago,
them.
I saw someone doing it.
Really?
Yeah, maybe like only like 5 years ago.
That is horrific.
I was like, whoa, this
Do you
is
think
mad.
that's why we're very disciplined as like Filipinos
yeah.
because of that too. Like
I think so.
makuha ka thing in just one look and
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
know already. Like just when they count. It's
Oh
like,
my god! Whenever my mum used to say that to me in public, I would literally be like, "God, God," and I'd be trembling on the way home. I'd be like,
I think it's good to have that bit of scaredness though.
"Oh, 1,000%."
I think so.
yeah.
I would
Because they won't
definitely-
listen to you otherwise.
Yeah, I feel like back to the question about parenting. I feel like I would take so much from how my parents parented, because even though they were strict, I feel like they weren't restrictive.
Mm.
And then I don't know. I thought they were great. I feel like
Great.
I would pass it on.
I
Yeah.
feel like I noticed a huge change as they got older though. Like my mum just became like, there was just one day where she spoke to me and she was like, look, I know we were brought up differently and I just have a whole different understanding, but we just need to get on. We need to communicate. And this was when I was like rebelling a lot, so we weren't
Yeah.
talking a lot. And then after that, like our relationship just changed way better when she just like kind of opened her mind to see that like my upbringing is so different here to hers in
Right.
the Philippines, and we're not gonna get on if we think it's the same.
Yeah.
So it's the
Yeah.
communication as soon
Yeah,
as you feel like
communication.
you've grown.
And like with Filipino parents, I think it's very hard to have, right?
Oh god,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Like my mum the other day, we started talking about something, and I tried to catch her on something. Then she changed the subject and was like, "Oh, is that plant like fake?" And I was like, "Do not. Won't change the subject, ma." But yeah, they're not good.
They don't know how
like they
to.
can't,
Yeah.
especially when it's coming from a child, their child.
Oh, God forbid. It's such a, like, in the Philippines, it's such a, like, respect your elders.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm older, I'm right.
If
Like,
you answer back, then that's it.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was, like, their go-to. If you made a valid point,
Yeah.
they're like, why are you answering back?
Yeah.
And then you're like,
Because they're taken aback, isn't it? It's like, oh, they're right this time. Why are they, what?
I feel like that never would have even been thought though. They just like, it's just the point that you're talking back. They
Yeah.
just get angry at
Trigger,
that.
trigger.
Yeah.
On a positive note, what do you think is the best parts of our culture being Filipino? Like you touch upon the point of like overfeeding, fiesta.
yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
else
just
do you
love,
guys
like,
think?
the whole
Very
community
welcoming.
feel. I feel like my friends, like my Filipino friends growing up, and their parents were all like my family. Like it feels like family, and I think that that's really nice.
Mm.
Very big community vibes.
The food.
Oh,
But you know what's funny? I've had like 3 British co-workers that have said, and very openly to me, said, "Oh, I love the Philippines, but it's just the food."
I've had someone say that to me
Right?
too.
I don't
They're like, "It's the
understand
food."
that.
Yeah.
Do you know, he said, why is there beans in your desserts?
I'm not gonna lie, I get behind that. Like I don't really like some of the desserts. Like that cheesecake with the real cheese. I can't. I don't like it.
Got yeah.
I like that.
And
I
I
was
don't like
never a
beans in like
dessert.
halo halo. I don't like it.
You don't
Oh,
like
you
halo
don't?
halo?
I don't like beans in it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I get that.
I'll take the beans
I'll sometimes
out.
miss it out, yeah. Yeah.
But other than that, the food is banging.
Yeah.
Yeah, the food is banging. What else do you think?
Oh, there were loads of things.
We're just so welcoming and
Yeah.
jolly, and like you can walk into a Filipino household and feel like it's your home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Right?
when like again like British people or like my co-workers would come to me, "Oh, I really want to go on holiday in the Philippines. Where do you suggest we should go?" It's either that or we go to Thailand or whatever. But I'm like, so I tell them, we'll have the same beaches, probably pretty or whatever. Anything that you find in Southeast Asia is quite similar. The good thing is that in the Philippines is that wherever you go, with every island that you go to, it's a different culture, different language. But also you would go to the Philippines, I say to them, go to the Philippines for the culture. Like get to know the locals because
Yeah.
they'll let you in. Be invited to like a party, a karaoke, and a
Oh, I love
tagayan and a
karaoke.
drink, and then just like hire a motorbike and just go around
Yeah.
instead of going for the beaches. I mean, it's beautiful, you get that, but it's more the people
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
as opposed
experience,
to
yeah.
definitely.
Like my dad could go to a drink up in the Philippines, not be able to speak to anyone, but have the best.
But just,
Like, you know,
yeah.
like it's just the atmosphere is just always happy, and everyone's just so nice.
And everyone is beautiful inside out.
Yeah.
We always win like Miss Philippines, you know.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
always
Miss
win those
Universe.
pageants. Yeah. So I think inside out, I'm so proud of that.
Yeah,
for
and the
sure.
patriotism is also a lovely
so
thing. Everyone's
strong.
proud to be. Well, you should be proud to be Filipino. And if you're not, then I don't know why you're listening to this.
Speaking of being proud to be Filipino, I think we should start a segment in our podcast where we what's the words? We
Big up.
big up, advertise, champion.
Champion.
I like that word. We champion businesses and entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Lumalabas na Filipino ka, girl.
Entrepreneurs. That's the segment name.
Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneurs.
Oh, I love that.
This week for our entrepreneur entrepreneur segment, I actually have one that I can think of at the moment. So in Chelsea Powerhouse, they had a Southeast Asian event, like a festival, and I met one of the Filipinos. Her name is Erica Valido.
Okay.
And she does these pieces, and it's Filipiniana, like see-through Filipiniana, but
Lovely.
as an accessory. So you can top it on anything, and it's nice colours, like
What,
pastels.
like the sleeves?
The sleeves. She's a designer.
Awesome.
So she can design Filipiniana stuff. But even if you just want it as an accessory for an event, she does it. And I think she'd done it for someone in the US for one of the award ceremonies. I'm not sure. But yeah, Erica Valido.
Oh,
Shout out
Is that like
Erica.
her Instagram name? Or?
That's her. I think so. We'll just post her Insta.
Post her
Yes.
here. Grace.
We also have a name for our team.
I love it.
Do we have a name for our team?
Huh?
What did you say?
I said the name for our team. We have a name for
We
them.
have a name for our... Huh? Who?
For our team. The guys,
Chicklets.
the chicklets. Oh, my days.
I thought like it should be Chicklet.
Oh, like
But then there's no... Ka.
Oh yeah, Chika.
Anyway,
Oh right,
I think we're running
get
out
it.
of time, isn't it?
we're running
Yeah.
out of time. Thank you so much for joining
Thanks,
us.
guys. Next week. Oh no, we can't say that, can we?
We'll see. We don't know.
Because we don't know yet.
We don't know yet.
Okay.
Anyway,
Well,
stay
what we
tuned.
can say is that we have some guests lined up that are quite exciting.
Very
Yes.
exciting.
So, yeah.
You're in for a
tuned.
sweet treat.
I love that clue.
I hope that this goes before that.
It will.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll make it go before. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks,
Lovely.
guys.
Stay
Thank
safe.
you for tuning in.
and
Thank you.
See
See you in the
you
next
next
one.
time.